Okay guys, so I've just been out to the shops because whilst I was talking to you on that last video, suddenly realised something occurred to me. You know, I was saying I wanted to try and stabilise and strengthen the tubes, so suddenly thought about newspaper, and then I thought paper mache. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. So I've just been out, got some wallpaper paste, because that's all you need basically. Bit of wallpaper paste. I mean, you can use other adhesives, I believe, and I think I have used other adhesives in the past, just can't remember which ones off the top of my head. I think you can use, what's that glue? It's like a white, see, I can't even remember what it's called now off the top of my head. Anyway, it's like a all-purpose, not wood glue I don't think necessarily, but I think it's water-based glue, so you know, you can wash it off with your with water necessarily, you don't need Anyway, thing is, like I say, wallpaper paste is usually the best way of going to make paper mache. So on the newspapers, well, I mean, oh, that one actually, I want to keep that one because that's the Manchester Evening News, and anyway, never mind. I'm not going to go into what's about that. Anyway, we got loads of free newspapers. Got the London Evening Standard here, and they give them out free. And there's usually loads of them, and people leave them on the train all the time anyway. Anyway, so, right, I've got a little paint tray, and although again, I've read some of the instructions on here and what have you, I must admit, I'm not entirely sure what, but anyway, I'm going to put a bunch of it in there. Like I said to you, I am not the best or the most, what's the name in the world of doing these things, so right, add a bit of water to it. And we'll just go from there basically. Now, of course, really I should have got something to mix it with, ideally. But again, like I say, lazy me. No, that definitely doesn't look right. Like I say, I don't do things the right way necessarily always, so. But anyway, I'm sure it'll get there just as long as it does the job. That's looking better anyway. Right. I love this stuff as well. You know, the process of doing all this, right? One of the things about this is when you're a kid, you see, art and creating, you don't become self-conscious of it necessarily, you know what I mean? You just have fun and you enjoy what you're doing. Because you're not thinking about whether, oh God, is this going to look good? Do people think this is a good piece of work? Blah, 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 whatever. You know, as a kid, you're not interested in that, you're just interested in making something or creating something. Usually to please your parents or to, you know, to make somebody else happy or whatever, or just to make yourself happy. But, you know, generally you don't really worry too much about whether it'll sit in the Louvre or not. You know, so, and the thing is that when you're doing stuff like this, I love this. This is so cool, it really is. Because it's messy and it's gooey and it's good fun. It really is. I love. You see, I forget, you know, because I haven't been doing anything creative for so long. Do you know what I mean? I really haven't, and I've just been really finding it hard to get back into my creative stride, as it were. And then as soon as I do, as soon as that spark happens for some reason, for whatever reason, you know, there's some reason why all of a sudden, you know, it's like I've just got this creative spurt that's just hit me, and it's at those moments when I realise just how much I miss this and how much fun it actually is. Do you know what I mean? You know, I've got a ton of worries and I've got a ton of what's them about not having any money and not having very much food, although some people have lent me some more money. And anyway, again, I don't want to dwell on all that, because the thing is, like I say, all of those things just completely go out the window when I start doing stuff like this, because, you know, it doesn't matter, because I'm now in a creative process and I'm enjoying myself. Right, so before that starts getting too set or whatever, right, basically, I don't know if you guys or anybody's ever done paper mache. There's no real set way. That's the thing, that's the beauty of art, and I've always said this. At the end of the day, there's no rights and wrongs when it comes to creativity and art. You know, whatever that art is, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, yes, there's lots of different schools of thought, there's lots of different you know, methods and traditions and ways of doing stuff, and some of those are valid. I'm not necessarily saying that they're not necessarily valid, of course they are, but for people that don't see themselves as artists or don't see themselves as creative necessarily, I highly encourage you just to do something, and if you're doing it a way that some other artist or some other person might say, oh no, you're doing it all wrong, you shouldn't do it that way, you should do this or you should do that. Do you know what? At the end of the day, it's mostly about the process, what you're getting from it, and you know, at the end of the day, if you create a piece of work and it works and it's come out really well and it just looks good or whatever, or people like it, then ultimately isn't that mission going to accomplish, regardless of how you got to A to B to C to D, whatever, you know, whatever process you used, just as long as that piece of work works and it's fulfilling a purpose or whatever, then does it really matter whether you used nails as opposed to glue, or whether you used I don't know, sticky tape instead of something else? If it works, if it makes the thing work, you know, whatever the goal or the idea or whatever it was you was trying to achieve in the first place, if you achieved that goal, then, you know, I mean, you know, anyway, thing is, like I say, you can go into all sorts of like, what's this about whether, you know, does the end justify the means and all that, but surely that's only in terms of something a bit more deep and a bit more serious, surely, rather than whether you create a piece of artwork or not. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get philosophical then, you know what I'm like. I can't help it, I tend to, that's the way I was built, that's the way I was made. I tend to think deeply about things. I do, I think really deeply. Sometimes about the most innocuous and really silly things sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And I'll really think deep about it. I'll go right into why is this and what and that and this and da da da. Very philosophical, very, that's the way my mind works anyway. So even the most trivial things, I'll think really, really deeply about something. But anyway, again, we're completely going off track, as I usually do. Right, so, as you can see, I'm ripping this paper into strips. Now, they don't have to be necessarily even, and like I say, at the end of the day, it all depends on how accurate, how... Okay, I'm going to use... try not to be offensive, but it depends on how anal you are at the end of the day. I know I can be anal, do you know what I mean? I can be anal at times, do you know what I mean? But, you know, it depends on how flipping what's name you are at the end of the day. If you are determined that they've got to be a certain length and a certain width and all the rest of it, then fine. You know, if that works for you, great. You know, me personally, it's just, let's just tear it into strips, and it doesn't really matter whether it's thick strips, thin, fat, whatever. And again, it all depends on whether it works for the project you're doing. If you need it that accurate, then obviously you do it that accurate, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right, now. Okay, so as you can see, I'm doing these little strips. So, I'll get a bunch more together in a bit. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go into the bedroom again and start. What you do basically? So what I'll do is I'll place that in there and do that. Now, actually, that is looking a bit too thick. See, I don't know. Maybe I should have used. Never mind. Just as long as, like I said, at the end of the day, just as long as this works. And this video, by the way, it's not an instructional video, and it's not necessarily to teach people how to do this, because, as you can see, my way isn't maybe the most best way of doing stuff at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This video is not about showing people how to do something. This video is just purely an entertainment thing, just purely a vlog, all about, you know, the things I'm doing and stuff. And like I say, you know, I haven't done a video out, well, no, sorry, I did one the other day. It's just that I'm conscious of the fact that I usually like being out and about, and because of the money situation and what have you, like I say, I've been mostly stuck indoors for a lot of the time. It's become really, really depressing, and you know, it's just got me down. So the thing is, I like to be out and about, and I like to go and try and discover things that are interesting and what have you, sort of thing. But so anyway, this basically is just about, you know, me doing stuff so that hopefully you find it interesting. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. Right, anyway, I'm going to stop for a minute because I need to get this in there and get this doing. Right, okay, so I'll catch you guys in a bit. Bye for now.